What's going on YouTube? This is Blue Medic. Today I'm going to be showing you a kind of how-to video on how to modify the textures of this game called Blue Reflection. Again, this is just the textures that are only in the game. This isn't a how-to mod video of, if I want to increase the stats or something like that, or, add a weapon or something like that. That's not what this is for. I'm not even sure you can do that in this game. This is just purely to swap textures. So if you're in your school uniform and you wanted to be in your school swimsuit or underwear or something like that, then this is a video of how to swap those textures. This is a game, Blue Reflection, that I've been playing off and on, just kind of in my downtime. If I have like 30 minutes or something like that, just to have fun, just do whatever. I also really enjoy anime, and that's kind of what caught my eye initially with this game, is that it's from Japan and it's very much a anime style game. The art is very similar to an anime. The storyline is typical anime style. You're at a all girls high school and you enter this dream world essentially, or the common world is what they call it in game. The playstyle, when you're actually in the combat scenarios, is kind of like Final Fantasy, so it's kind of fun. It's turn based, and you get little spells and magic and all that kind of stuff. So this game's a lot of fun. I am not the best modder by any stretch, even though I have a lot of games that I do mod. It's usually just because I'm watching YouTube videos and learning how to do it, or using Nexus Mod Manager, something along those lines. When I was trying to mod this game, though, it probably took me 2 or 3 days of thinking and trying to figure it out, because the forums, at least that I found, weren't super clear unless you already have a modding background in like knowledge. They would ask you, the forum would be like, hey, yeah, just use this program to decrypt this file, and then you can do your texture swaps, this, that, and the other. And I was like, well, okay, how do you decrypt this, and how do you. So I didn't know any of this stuff. So I spent a couple days trying to figure it out, and by a couple days I only mean like a couple hours. But yeah, each day, then I get frustrated and play roll of tanks and blow people up or something like that. Anyway, I finally got it figured out. It's way easier than I thought it was, and I'm kicking myself in the pants. But I've seen other people putting posts in the forums asking if there's a video. When I Googled or went on YouTube to try and find a how-to video to mod this, I couldn't really find any. And so yeah, that's why I'm kind of making it. The first thing you're going to need in order to, I guess, modify this game, or at least switch the textures, I will leave all the links down in the description if you wanted to get the game, the link to get the decryptor, all that kind of stuff, the form that I mostly used. This right here is what you want to download. Again, I'll leave this link in the description. Click this download button, and you'll download these 6 files here. And you can download them wherever you like. I have a separate mods folder because I mod a lot of different games. This right here is where I put them. So I have A17 decrypt, A18 decrypt, and then it also has this license and readme. The only two we're going to mainly worry about are this A18 decrypt. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy these 2 files, A18, those are the only ones we need to worry about for this. Okay, then you're going to navigate to wherever your game is. So once you have the game downloaded, it's a Steam game, or at least that's where I got it, so it's probably going to be in your Steam folder. I have multiple Steam directories, so mine is actually still in Steam, but it's on my H drive. So I'm going to navigate to where I have my game, Common Blue Reflection. Okay, and this is the main area where you're going to have all the game contents, inside this data folder is where it has all the actual information for the game. And this is where you're going to paste that A18 decrypt. Now, you're going to want to make a backup. I have already done this. Right here, you always want to make a backup of everything. That way, in case something goes wrong, you can fix it or at least reset everything back to normal. It'll probably take a couple minutes to set up your backup. You just highlight everything, copy, make a backup folder, paste. Probably take a couple minutes depending on the speed of your computer, but pretty simple. So this step here, this next step, is where I was having a lot of issues, because it says on the forums, you just decrypt this pack0002.pack, this one right here. And I couldn't figure it out. So I was trying to open it, I was trying to run it as admin. I would do the same thing with this. I would just like double click, try and open it, run it as admin. I couldn't figure it out, and it was really driving me nuts. Spent a couple hours trying to figure it out, couldn't do it. And so I went to bed and I was like, I wonder if it's something stupid simple like dragging and dropping. So the next morning, sure enough, that's how easy it is. All you do is you just drag this pack0002.pack. You click, drag this on top of the A18 decrypt, and voila. You should see the screen pop up, and this is it decrypting it. So once you start doing that, it's going to add another data folder. And in this data folder, you have 64 characters. And in here, this is where it's unpacking all the information that's in that pack 2. This has all the models, the textures, the bitmaps for all the characters, all the outfits that are in the game. This will probably take 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your computer. It shouldn't be too terrible long of a wait. I'm going to go ahead and speed up time. I will see you when this finishes up. Okay, welcome back. So mine's almost finished. I've done this a lot, so I knew it was kind of being close when I saw that pack 14. So just a few more minutes, or 30 seconds. Oh, hey, there we go. Perfect. All right. So what that did is in this 64 characters, this is where it has, again, all of those textures, bitmaps, and all that stuff. This is also where I started running into some issues. I would modify a lot of the textures, and the game would end up crashing or freezing or something of that nature. And what was going on is because it has this second data folder, and the game is looking in this data folder, and then it's starting to look in 64. Well, we wanted to find this characters folder, and it wouldn't find this characters folder because it's not here in the 64 with this movies and sound. So to fix it, simple enough, we just go to data 64 and we copy this character folder that the decrypt created. So we're going to copy that, go back out to the main data folder, enter the 64 where it has movie and sound, and we're going to paste it here. Okay, and this again will probably take 5 minutes or so. It's not going to take nearly as long as it did decrypting it because it's got a lot less work to do. It's just purely moving files from one place to another. I'm going to move this to the side, move this over here, head back out to here. Once this finishes up, what we're going to do is we're actually going to end up deleting this pack00_02.pack. Once this finishes, we're going to delete this. And the reason why is because when we launch the game, it's going to be looking in these packs, and we don't want it to look in the pack. We want it to look where we did all the modifications. So if we delete that, it's going to go to the 64. It's going to look here in the 64, and this is where we're going to change all the textures and stuff. So this is where we want the game to look, and we don't want it to look in this pack 002. So we're just going to end up deleting it. Also, once this finishes up, we won't have any use for this other data folder that it created, because all we need out of it was this characters folder, which we're copying into the other 64 file here. So this should be done here probably in the next 30 seconds-ish, give or take. I know it says 18 minutes, but obviously it's not actually going to take 18 minutes. Computers are just dumb like that sometimes. Yeah, so if you have been having issues, I would like to know I'm not the only stupid person. If these were the issues that you were running into when you were modding it, leave a comment, because I would definitely like to know if you were running into the same kind of problems. Okay, so that finished. Let's make sure we have it. Characters. Okay, looks like everything copied over just fine. Okay, we're going to go back out to this main kind of data folder here, and we're going to highlight pack 002 and delete it. Again, this is also why we have backups. So in my backup, I still have it right here. Just in case something goes wrong, that's why we have backups. And also, we can delete this data folder that the decryptor made. So we can go ahead and delete that. And I can empty my recycle bin, and let's see, gets rid of 11.9 gigs. At least that's how much mine did. Maybe I had some extra stuff, I don't know. So, on to the fun part. Actually swapping the character textures. So if you scroll down, so you go into 64 characters, scroll all the way down, almost to the bottom, but not quite. You see this PC00. You don't need to worry about this one. I don't even know what's really in here. Yeah, it's nothing that we care about. So the ones that we're going to be looking at are this pack, or PC00, and then PC01 all the way down to 14. This PC00 is your main character. This is the character that you're going around as. It's the one you're controlling, the main character. PC01 and 02, these are your companion characters, I want to say. These are the two characters that go into the dream world, or the common world as it's referred to in the game. These are your kind of battle buddies, I guess you could say. And then 3 through 14 are just your support characters. These are the ones you get different missions from, or the ones you talk to when you're at the school or something like that. So what you're going to do if you want to modify the main character, you double click on PC00, and this is going to bring up all her textures and maps and everything like that. So we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, where you see this PC DLC is where it's going to start with, and then you have the Elixir and G1T. There's 2 files for every texture. So these DLCs are obviously the various downloadable contents you can get. So this would be, for example, the DLC bikini. It's like the sailor bikini thing you can get. This is the towel if you got the DLC towel, or the vacation. I have the vacation one, but I actually like the way the vacation looks, so I'm just going to leave it. The other ones, if you don't have any DLC, would be these ones from this NKD all the way down to this UDW. Again, I'm going to leave a description, or in the description, a link to the forums, and it should have, if you forget, it'll have what a lot of these mean. I'm also going to tell you what a lot of them mean. So this NKD stands for naked. And then you have NKDW, that's wet, so you have naked and naked wet. PJS stands for pajamas. PVT, I'm fairly certain, stands for the gym uniform. The gym uniform also could be this TNG. I'm not 100% sure which one's which. This RFL stands for reflect. This is your essentially battle uniform when you're in the common zone or the dream world. This is what your character would be wearing as their battle uniform. SCL, this is your school uniform, and then you have school uniform wet. Then you have swim, so this is obviously your school swimsuit. And then you have UDW, this would be your underwear texture. So let's say you are wanting to replace the school uniform with the underwear texture. What you do is you highlight both the elixir, the underwear elixir, and the underwear G1T. You copy those and you just paste them anywhere you want. I like to paste them on the desktop just because it's simple. I can see what's going on. I can see everything that's happening. And so what you want to do is you want to take whatever you want to look like and rename it to whatever you're replacing. So if I want to look like I'm in the underwear while wearing the school uniform is this SCL. So I'm just going to rename this file, this UDW part, to SCL. So this is that SCL part right here, the school. Okay, and you're going to do that for both. So UDW, renaming it to SCL. Okay, then you highlight both of those files and drag and drop them back into this file directory. Copy and replace. And there you go. That's literally as simple as it is. You don't have to do anything else. That's it. The school uniform is now the underwear texture. Because what happens is when the game is looking for the files, it's going to be like, okay, I need to be in the school uniform. So it'll pull up this SCL. Well, we just renamed it the underwear as SCL, so it'll actually pull up the underwear textures. So that's what's happening. So now we don't need those, we can delete it. Let's do a couple more just so we can get some practice in. Let's make the battle uniform, so that's RFL, as the school swimsuit. So I'm going to highlight both of these, the one I want to look like, copy those, okay, paste them onto the desktop, and I'm going to rename them to what I'm replacing. So I'm replacing the battle uniform, which is this RFL, so I rename it RFL, and we're going to do it to both of them. So deleting this SWM to RFL. Okay, highlight those, drag and drop them back in, copy and replace. So there we go. So now my school uniform has been changed and my battle uniform has been changed. So let's make my this first companion character, let's change her battle uniform as well. Let's also do the school swimsuit just to keep, I don't need these anymore, sorry. Get rid of those so I don't get confused. So let's keep them uniform. Let's keep them as the school swimsuit. So I'm going to copy both of those, paste them into here, and I'm going to rename, again, this SWM part of it to SCL, and same thing with this one, SWM2, RFL, RFL, this is the school, I don't want school, I want the battle uniform. I apologize. So RFL for the reflect battle uniform. Okay. Copy and replace. Okay. That's as simple as it is. I'm going to go ahead and load up the game, and I'll bring you back when I get in game and to test, make sure everything's working. I'll see you in a few. Okay. So now we're here back in game, testing our textures, swapping. Let's load this. I apologize for the noisy keyboard. I have a mechanical keyboard and the microphone is currently like right next to the keyboard, so that's why it's kind of loud. I apologize for that. So, looks like we are in our underwear. We're not crashing, we're not doing anything like that, so that looks good. Yeah, obviously this is not the school uniform. And we can double check that. So if we go into dressing room here, so we can clearly see it says school uniform. Obviously underwear is not school uniform. This is what the standard school uniform would look like. Obviously that's not the case with ours. So cool. First texture's working out alright. Got a little bit of jigglies going on, that's great. So let's test the common area next, the little dream world. Okay, so we replaced the battle uniform with the school swimsuit, so looks like we're doing good there too. Alright, let's actually pick this up. Alright, and I changed one of the companions, so let's make sure hers is working too. Let's get into a fight real quick. These are pretty low-level guys. Hey, look, there it is. She is now in her school uniform, or school swimsuit, rather than the battle uniform. So that's cool. Awesome. Everything looks like it's working good, not crashing. Let's go ahead and delete these guys. Pretty simple. Time to get wrecked. Oh yeah. Easy peasy. So I only replaced one of them. You can see the other one is still in her standard battle uniform. So I'll get around to it. Alright, and there we go. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video helped you guys out. Leave a like and comment if it did. If not, well, oh well. Yeah, let me know if you had any of the same kind of issues or wasn't understanding some of the stuff. Again, I'm going to leave all the links down there in the description. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.